Hello, and welcome to the Rummaging Ferret. Hi guys, I'm running out of battery life. I forgot to charge my phone last night. So I just got done working a 17-hour shift. No, not 17, 15-hour shift yesterday. So I've been a little preoccupied. My mom has to go in for surgery, so I'm about to head to her house. She lives in Florida. I live in Georgia, so she's about 6, 7, 8 hours away, depending on traffic. So I've got an Etsy order that I gotta fill and print out and get everything together. So for those that did purchase from me, thank you. My shop is online. www.etsy.com/shop/the Rummaging Ferret. I think that's it. Check down below for the link, because I probably said that wrong. Anyways, so I've got to get a bunch of things packed because work keeps calling me in. They wanted me to come in early today, and I kind of can't. And I just got done working, the 15-hour shift last night from open to close. So I was super tired, and I knew I was going to be exhausted, and I know I needed to get that order out before it gets too late. So I've got things to pack. I've got to get this done. I've got a manager out on medical problems. I've got somebody out for COVID, and I got another person that's got a death that just happened to their family. So I'm going in not to close my usual job, but actually to close meat department instead of seafood. And then we had to get somebody else in, subbed in to close seafood. So it's been pandemonium for like the last week or so. Just absolute chaos with how many people have been calling out and things like that. And it's not their fault. Life happens, but I'm the only person that really can take care of this stuff because I'm the only person that's not full-time. Although I think I'm probably, within 4 days, probably going to get pretty close to 40 hours, if not get 40 hours. Over 40 hours, probably. Just from the last few days. Anyways, so I got a lot to do. Happy Halloween. We're not quite there yet, but I'll be at my mom's for Halloween and for the rest of the month. So I'm taking about a week and a half, maybe close to 2 weeks off because of travel time and everything, having to get there and get back. I'm going to be taking you with me. I'm going to be taking all my Etsy stuff with me, my Cricut, my printer, my computer, my desktop computer is coming with. My brother's watching the ferrets, so thank you, brother, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but I love you anyways. But yeah, so my phone's probably about to die, so I gotta go. Bye! guys. So, I've had quite the 2 weeks, I guess. How do I start this? I don't even know how to start this. Okay, so I'm home, and sorry if I look a little ratty. I don't know where my hairbrush is right now, because yesterday I came back from Florida. So, the plan was to go to Florida. My mom was having surgery, and I was supposed to be there for her surgery and then to help her recover. And it was supposed to be, she was in surgery, she was there for the night, and then, I pick her up the next day, and then she gets some bed rest, she's on heavy meds, and then, I help her start to work on her new hip, right? And do therapy and that sort of thing. And I was supposed to take all of this with me, which I did, and take you guys with me. And I was supposed to be working on my business while my mom was shuffling about, and I just, carefully watched her and made sure she needed anything, I'd get it for her, or like cooking and things I would take care of. Well, that kind of went awry. My mom had some massive complications, when she was in the hospital after she had her surgery, during her surgery, I guess. I'm not going to go into the details of it. It was a string of events. It wasn't just one thing. It was multiple events that led to her actually, having a heart attack and dying. She was dead for about 7 minutes. They managed to resuscitate her. And, she's been in the hospital for about 2 weeks. I was supposed to go for about a week and a half, and come back on November 1st. It is now, November 5th or 6th? 7th! It is November 7th. And I came back yesterday. So I drove back here. I'm tag teaming with my two brothers. And, nobody went and saw her yesterday, but I've been with her every day for 2 weeks, basically, at the hospital. They only allow, one guest in. And if it wasn't me, it was one of my brothers. She hasn't been conscious for 2 weeks. She recently had... she was on a ventilator. She died. Organ failure all over across the board, and miraculously that hospital got her back to living properly, and she's off basically almost everything. There's still concern about some internal organs and long-term, well, not long-term, but short-term damage. Right now, just kind of with her liver, but they're not really worried about it because of all the medication she's been on. That's probably just what it is. And now that she's getting off the medication, she should start improving there. Like I said, there's a ton of things that went wrong. Organ shutdown of everything. Lungs, heart. Her intestines are starting to kick back in, and she was having problems with that. It's been a long road. Okay? And all the while, she's still trying to get therapy and everything. Anyways, so I'm back at the house. My plan to work on my business for, a week and a half went out the window, because I've been with her. And I actually brought her dog home with me, who is somewhere. I'm not sure I'm going to show her on camera. She is a hot mess because of allergies. Although, this is the first time I've seen her with this much fur. But, she's mostly blind and has some other problems. So, she's got a lot of medical issues. I don't see her sitting around anywhere. She's usually really silent, so... But like I said, I haven't unpacked everything. I got my computer back up and running. And I'm gonna do some stuff before I have to work. I've ignored Jim for 2 weeks. And he told me, there's no rush. You worry about your family. It's okay. It's okay. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, But I wanted to work on stuff, but I didn't. I had to pay my mom's bills and everything, so it's been a rough couple weeks. But she's alive. She stood up yesterday like 3 times. Yeah, I count to 3. This is not 3. This is 3. She stood up 3 times yesterday with support from the people at the facility, and then she was kind of like using a rocker, or not a rocker. What is it called? Walker, to help support her weight. And we are just so proud of her. Like, the ICU was calling her their little miracle. And she is a fighter, and she has rebounded so well. But yeah, it's taken effort, it's taken time. I left the ferrets here, and my brother was taking care of them until he had to suddenly zip down to me. Then I had a friend taking care of them, and now I'm back in their cages. Like, they've torn up their cage. And I haven't been here to fix it. So, like, their ball pit is, like, everything's out of it. There's nothing in the ball pit anymore. It's all over the entire cage. They've dragged their blankets all over the place. All their bedding and stuff needs to be washed. I'm gonna work on gym stuff today. I'm not gonna put a ton of time into it, because it's done. We're just trying to laser cut it. I did a special project for him where I did 3 panels for a DM screen. And I sent it off to him before I left, and it's not quite the right, like, we did it as a vector, but it's not scaling right, I don't think. So I gotta send him a JPEG. I'm gonna send him a, JPEG and, PNG. I think that's right. And possibly the original not PDF, but the Photoshop document. And see if maybe he can save it in a way that he can scale it to where it won't mess up. So we're still working on that. There's a little bit of bugs in that. And so I'm gonna send those off to him today, and then if he comes back to me and says, I need to redraw it larger, I'll just do that. It's not a problem. But I'm just kind of, I don't know what kind of day I'm having. I woke up super early this morning, which is good because my morning shift tomorrow is super early. So I kind of have to I'm having to get used to taking care of a dog again, which, Hakuto's passed away last Christmas. So it's almost been a whole year since I've had a dog in the house. So I'm having to, remember there's a dog in the house because she is so silent. So I gotta make sure she's fed, got water, and all of that. And she's sucking out a lot of water, but she didn't get to drink much yesterday because she was on the road for 6 hours. And she's a little unnerved because she hasn't seen my mom in like 2 weeks. She's searching the house for her. And now I just took her from an entirely house that she's known for like the last 6-7 years and brought her here. And she's been to this house, but it's been a while. Because usually when I see Mom, I take Mom camping and I take the dogs. So she hasn't been to this house in like a decade. Like, it's been a while. Actually, it's probably been less than a decade. I think Mom came up and visited Mama, which is not her mom. Mama is my dad's mom. Came up and visited every time she came up to see me in Atlanta, which wasn't that often. It was like a couple times. But, so she's been here, but it's changed a lot. I've changed things around, and I'm not sure it still smells the same way, or whatever, but, yeah. And so, like, I'm getting to see my ferrets for the first time in, like, 2 weeks. I was snuggling with them yesterday, and they were, like, sniffing me, and, like, Kirkle's coat has changed dramatically. He is way more white now, and I'm not sure if they've been overfeeding, because usually ferrets only eat at a certain amount, and they don't, like, overfill themselves, but, Absint's fat. Like, she was so thin, and now it almost seems like she's flattened and bloated? I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I haven't seen them in 2 weeks, and maybe, I don't know. I thought she was thinner than that, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah, I've had people taking care of them while I've been away, because I didn't know if Mom was allergic to ferrets or not. She's allergic to cats, so I didn't want to chance it with the surgery and everything. It's a good thing I didn't, because, you know, not only that, but how would I keep them? You know, I'd take them in a kennel. Like, they'd be a lot happier here in the big old cage, you know, for 2 weeks than anything else. But anyways, so that's an update, and I'm not sure what I'm doing today, and oh, there's Shiva. Can I help you? She's old. We got her shortly after we got Hakuto. Well, not shortly. It was quite a few years. So she's probably 8 now? 8 or 9? 10 at the most. She's got gray all over her muzzle, and she got a naked butt, though. Anyways, I'm gonna go, and I gotta figure out how to spend my day. Last night I just sat down and sketched, and they're terrible doodles, but I had fun doing them, and I don't know, it was something to do, and it just kind of took my mind off of things. I hadn't been able to sketch in a while, but, so that's it. Alright, I'm gonna go, because this is like 11 minutes. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed me and my ferrets, it's free to subscribe, and remember, there's magic in art.